Hey, you entrepreneurial bards and bardettes. Welcome back to iCast Vicious Mockery. I'm Austin.
I'm Matt.
And today we're gonna talk about some stuff related to entrepreneurship in D&D.
Yes. No. Well, maybe we could.
I think that's where I'm headed with it a little bit.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna get some of that in there.
Because I was gonna say, not like having a 9-to-5 job is pretty far removed from being an entrepreneur.
That's true. Yes, but we'll get to it. I just thought of another. Okay, so no, that's gonna be really good.
Okay. Hey, so there's this show called Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
They have this great thing where there's this character who's a salaryman.
Yeah.
For those uninitiated, that's like a Japanese term.
Yeah.
For like someone who does a 9-to-5 job and is sort of like in a rut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the general term for anybody who has like a 9-to-5 job.
Right.
Like you wear a suit to work there's like a whole aesthetic to it,
right?
A whole deal with it, and
it's a vibe.
Yeah, and people, obviously, people of all cultures are going to have trouble living that lifestyle sometimes.
Right.
Some people they flourish when you give them a routine like that. Other people chafe like They chafe like a hippo in a Speedo, dude. Like just straight up.
Yeah, no, it's because it is restrictive in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So there's a character in that show whose powers are tied to his salaryman lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's pretty great. So we got to talking a little bit about, hey, what if there was a salaryman D&D player, like a background?
Can you describe those powers though before we go into that? Because I think it's hilarious.
The specifics, I don't know. I haven't watched it recently, but the specifics, his powers have something to do with cutting things into sevenths, like exactly.
Oh no, I just meant pieces. Like how it works with time.
Well, right, but so there is like the 9 to 5 part of the day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
He kills demons.
Right.
So he's like a demon slayer salaryman, but his powers are tied to that time frame. And if it goes past 5 o'clock, he goes into overtime, which makes him stronger.
I love that. That's so good.
Yeah.
Now, we'll talk more about maybe that one later. But all right. So, yeah. How does a D&D salaryman work? I was thinking of two different possible ways.
Two different possibilities. Yeah.
You could have somebody who does the whole I'm a D&D adventurer person as a job, 9 to 5, and they go home every night and they don't go adventuring on weekends. And they get off on bank holidays.
Right. Right. And like, they look at their watch, and if it's past 5 o'clock, they're like, I'll stay if you need me to, but Basket, are you okay there?
Nope.
Well.
Oh. All right. Are we still good? I can't. No. I think she just knocked us out.
No. Looks like you're good. Looks like you're good.
I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I believe it.
Okay. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So like you do your 9 to 5,
mm-hmm.
and then past 5, they're like, I mean, I guess I'll stay, but I can't do this every time.
Yeah, and every once in a while they're just like, nope, I'm just dropping everything.
I've got to go.
Yep. Yeah, they could put in requests for time off and stuff like that, and you could be like, we need someone to save us. Won't you please say? And they'll be like, no, paid holiday. Like, this is.
Yeah, I earned this time off.
Yeah, like like, no, sorry, you should have planned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not my bad. That's your bad.
They like call in sick maybe sometimes.
Yeah,
they're like, I'm going to use some of my sick time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could use your sick time to get an extra long rest. There we go. Now we're talking mechanics. Crunchy.
Oh man, this is starting to sound like a class.
Yeah. No, it can be a background though.
Well, yeah, but backgrounds usually don't mess with stuff like that.
I guess they won't. They don't go that far a lot of the time. They would just give you like a feat, or they could give you a feat that does that.
Yeah, well, feats are separate from backgrounds.
What are the things that come with skills?
So, backgrounds.
What are the things that come with backgrounds sometimes? Or features. That's what a feat is. Things like things like rustic hospitality or stuff like that. What are those called? I forget. I don't even know the rules of this game. It's a background feature. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this could be a background feature of some sort. It's a little bit more mechanical than most, but hey, maybe that's the kind of world we're living in now. Like, we're past the agriculture of the past. We're in the industrial age now.
Now backgrounds can include mechanical things.
They can include mechanical things. They can include a short rest counter that builds up as you spend time working during the day.
Is this what Acquisitions Incorporated is all about? Like, I don't actually know. I've never played it.
Yeah, I haven't either, but probably.
I've never even looked at it.
I would have to say, from my no experience whatsoever, except for hearing the name of it, 100%, yeah, fully confident that's what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to know. Well, yeah, because they have there are things like the mechanics of it are like time off and like stuff like that, because
okay, yeah,
because it's a corporation thing, and I think it's all about climbing the corporate ladder basically. Is the purpose of the game, but it uses 5th edition rules and mechanics. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, we'll never know for sure.
No, there's no way to know.
Yeah, but now the other thing is that they could be going the other way around. They could have just a job, and then on nights and weekends, that's when they go out and do adventure-y D&D stuff.
Right. That's like their hobby.
Right. Yeah. Which would mean then that you would actually have to like request time off sometimes, because you're anticipating an adventure will require you like an extra Monday or whatever.
Right.
Or however the weeks work in your fantasy world too. Because like if it's a 10-day week, you might have 3-day weekends, or you might have a 2-day weekend plus a midweek weekend. What would that be called? Midweek weekend? Mid-weekend.
Like a siesta.
Midweekuary. It's like
Yeah, in a lot of like Central and South American countries, they take a break in the middle of the day.
Because it is literally too hot to do anything.
Too hot to work.
Yeah.
So
you just have to, if you don't take a nap, you will just sit there in your sweat.
And eat a big meal, usually.
Yeah.
That's what they usually do. They eat a big meal and then they take a nap.
Yep. I wouldn't be able to, like, if it was super hot, I don't think I'd have trouble eating a big meal unless it was cold food, like really cold. Because I get hot after I eat a bunch of food.
I could eat a ton of food in almost any condition.
I mean, I could eat the food I just wouldn't be able to nap after that.
No?
I'd be too hot. Although I don't really like to anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway. So, yeah. Now, the other thing, though, that I was thinking of was, what are some other good backgrounds that you could have? Like, because I could see Salaryman as being your background.
Yeah.
In either of those two instances, right? It could be either one. Another good one is, and maybe this is, I mean, it's kind of close to some of the one, like a con artist.
Oh, yeah.
That could be your background.
A conman.
Yeah. So, in that case, it would give you, like, the feature would be that you can, like, the background feature would be that you get maybe some kind of bonus on roles, maybe advantage even, on roles for people who you've never met before. Like, if it's your first conversation with somebody, you get a bonus on intimidation and persuasion and deception.
Oh, like Michael Weston.
I know who that is. Baseball player Michael Weston.
Yeah.
Famous for scoring the most outs in a single game of football.
Yeah.
Right.
Famous for conning the most outs.
Yeah, conning the most outs in a single season of football.
In a single season of Fortnite.
In a single season of
Fortnite. No, he's a fictional.
He's the guy who plays Batman.
No, that's Michael Keaton.
No, I think you're thinking of Adam West.
He also played Batman.
Just put them together.
Like, yeah.
You got a pretty good Batman there.
Michael Keaton and Adam West.
Yeah, I just squish them together.
Have them do a Dragon Ball Z fusion. No, Michael Weston is the guy who, the fictional character from the USA show Burn Notice.
I don't think you have to say he's fictional if he's from a fictional show.
Yes. Well, there are real characters that really exist on those kinds of shows. I'm just kidding. There aren't really, but
maybe there are, I guess, now that you say it.
It's a good show, though. I would recommend watching it. Anyway, but that's what he does. He's like a Robin Hood con man. He does cons to help people who were conned.
So
basically,
when he first meets somebody, does he get advantage on persuasion, intimidation, and deception rolls?
Yeah, it comes up in the show too.
Dude, that's so cool.
Because he has to like remember what character he played to certain people if they show up again.
Right.
He's
that's
like
harder.
Yeah, so he's like, oh man, I can't run a con on this guy because I already am this person to this guy. You know what I mean? Which is an interesting thing. That doesn't even come up until like a couple of seasons in. But I think it was a clever way to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's true. Like if you see somebody again, you have to remember, if you lied to them about everything.
And that's why you just play a changeling.
Yeah. I mean, a changeling would make it easier.
That's
for
what
sure.
My character, who basically is that. That's Edward in the other campaign that you don't run, that Paul runs. He just is that, but he's a changeling. So he can, like, if he wants to be a different person to somebody, he just is. And it's not a problem for him at all.
Yeah. Yeah, that certainly would make it easier. Yeah.
And then you could get some advanced, like, scrying magic and stuff that'll, like, still spot you no matter who you are.
Right.
No matter what you look like,
Right, exactly. And, like, really high level stuff like locate creature.
Yep, that would still definitely find you. Is that even that high level?
Yeah, it is.
5, I thought, or something.
5 or 6. I mean, 5 or 6 is pretty high level.
It's like a level 2 character, depending on
what are you talking? No level 2. No level 2 character can.
Like if they study really hard, though, at magic school.
But if they study hard, though. Like my character's level 2, but he was like a really good student.
Yeah, it's in my backstory.
Yeah, it's in
like He has all these spells because he learned them all from his father at a very young age. He's basically like the magical Mozart.
Yeah, he's only 5 years old.
Dude,
but
there we go.
He was what?
That's a background.
Mozart?
Yeah, just being Mozart.
Just being Mozart.
Yeah.
My background is that I am Mozart.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm an extremely talented musician that was discovered at a young age, and then I became a bard, like who does magic. But I'm not actually that good at that. I'm just good at the music part.
Yeah. I'm not very good at casting spells, but I am very good at music.
Yeah. Like the spells thing, whatever. But dude, check out this battle music I came up with, man.
As soon as you said battle music, I could only think of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Obviously composed by the
Wolfgang Puck.
By Beethoven.
Right.
That's how you say that, right? Beethoven?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I learned that in a movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had him play himself in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Saint Bernard.
The Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
I never watched those movies. Did you watch those?
The Saint Bernard ones?
Yeah.
No. No, I've never seen those.
I thought you were one of those dog girls in grade school.
I do like dogs, but I don't like dog movies. They're either really sad, like the
You're
dog
like
dies,
not even a real dog girl,
or they're really cheesy.
Why was it only acceptable for girls to be that into dogs when we were in grade school? I'm sure it's changed by now. Like grade school kids now can no longer be into anything but like YouTube and TikTok
and fidget spinners.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that like, oh, they use YouTube. I mean, like they literally have to want to be a YouTuber. Like that's like they have to want to be famous. That's the only thing that they can want at this point, it seems.
Yeah, that's odd. I know what you mean. It certainly has flipped in that way.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe there's just more of an emphasis on like screaming into the void. You know what I mean? Like, I think the culture has really become like if you're not somewhat famous, then you basically don't exist.
Right. Yeah.
Because before the internet, it was like either everybody knew who you were or like nobody really did.
Yeah.
Right.
Like just the people around you. But now it can be like, well, 20,000 people know who you are.
Right. Exactly. And that's like a weird, it's like, that's like a number where like, maybe you're kind of famous. I don't know. Like maybe.
Yeah. I mean, with 20,000 people who know who you are, you might never meet any of them in person, but you actually probably will at some point.
Yeah.
If you travel around and stuff. Right.
Like the possibility of you getting recognized somewhere at some point is likely.
Yeah.
And that's assuming that the fan base is all in the same country that you live in and things like that. But,
or, a place you travel to, but yeah, anyway.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it's interesting, and you and I, we both are fans of the Game Grumps.
Right.
They talk about stuff like this in some of their episodes. Like they brought up the fact that like in America, there's this weird thing, I guess, where anybody who's like a YouTuber and in YouTube is trying to get their foot in the door to be like an actual actor in like film and television. And everybody in film and television is trying to get their foot in the door to try to be a YouTube star of some kind.
And they're both so bad at doing the other one so often.
Yeah, it's odd.
So you should check out here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can now do this. There's a mixed martial artist.
Okay.
By the name of Stephen Wonderboy Thompson.
Okay.
He's an actual legitimate YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
He's not like one of these people who like just shows up on YouTube. Like plenty of celebrities have done it. I'm not going to name names, But they just kind of like start doing YouTube stuff, and it's not very good.
It's not
like
very good. Yeah.
people might watch it because it's them, but they're not going to watch it because they enjoy it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it dies.
Right.
But no, this dude, like, he's a legit, straight up, is a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Does it for real. Does it to make things that people enjoy and to actually inform people and stuff. Because he does videos on like technique and mixed martial arts and things like that. And then he does stuff where he eats a Carolina Reaper. And like,
that's a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
I didn't watch that one yet. I'm really hoping he eats a Carolina Reaper and then tries to fight. Like,
that'd be
throws up
entertaining
or something.
That'd be entertaining.
Yeah.
I wonder though, like maybe with the adrenaline, maybe it wouldn't really.
Yeah, maybe not like an actual fight, but like spar.
Yeah.
Like, see if you can spar while you, like, after you ate a Carolina Reaper, and hope you washed your hands well enough that it doesn't get in your eyes.
I would just try to spit on him.
Oh God.
That would hurt.
Yeah, it would happen anyway, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
The bad news
person.
bears, man.
Other person would get some of that.
That should be a thing in D&D. Pepper spray.
Bad news bears. Oh.
Is there pepper spray as there? I mean,
you get vials of acid. That's like pepper spray.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think Liam could make pepper spray.
There are substances.
I don't think he's interested in it right now, but he could make it.
That have like a DC where you can blind something. Yeah, sure. Why not? Blinded is a condition.
I see what you're trying to do there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Good job, Beth. Hey, good girl.
Basket. Nice job not jumping up this time.
Good. She's now going to try to jump up on me instead. She can't. My chair's slightly too high. She's not comfortable doing it at this height.
All right.
If I move down 1 inch, she's like, all right, that's easy. But with it right here, nope, will not do it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She can easily jump this high.
She could.
She can jump up onto the desks in front of us, no prob.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not but I think something about, I don't know, the shape of it.
Hey, speaking of Colin's cat, Dova, he
very good. Okay.
You've been inside their house, right? A couple of times.
Yeah.
So they have that couch. Have you seen that couch?
No, I have not been in there with furniture, I believe.
Okay. They have a couch in the living room.
I mean, I guess I've seen it on camera.
Yeah, right. And it's directly in front of the curtains, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day Dova's pacing on the back of the couch and he's like looking up at the curtains and we're all like, uh-oh. Like the curtain rod.
Yeah.
And Colin, I think, wasn't around at the time. But Carly kept like picking him up and throwing him on the ground and being like, don't you dare, cat. Don't you dare try to jump up there. So he gave up after a while because she kept shutting him down. But then just recently, he did it. He like jumped all the way up there. I can't believe how high cats can jump. Like from the back of the couch isn't very tall. From the back of the couch to the curtains, I mean, we're talking like 6 feet, probably. Like,
yep.
Like almost like it had to have been. But there's no support up there. It's just a rod. So he gets up there and he hangs on for half a second, but he can't get all the way up because there's nothing to stand on. That was hilarious because he had the look on his face like, I made a mistake. And then he just jumped right back down again. So hopefully he doesn't try that again. Nani?
Yeah, perfect basket. That's awesome. Go curl up on the couch or on the chair with Furret.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Just sit right there, basket. We're good.
All right. Now, anyway, back to the backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about the rock star thing before too.
Oh yeah.
I think that should, like, kind of similar to rustic hospitality. It should make it so, like, odds are people would know who you are. but different effect. Like rustic hospitality is if you just walked up to a person, they'd be like, "Oh, you're cool. Come on, chill out with me."
Mm-hmm.
The rock star thing, the benefits would be you get to stay at inns for free and stuff like that. The drawback would be that people like literally scream and foam at the mouth when they see you, right? So,
another benefit is you get groupies.
yeah. And they only have one hit point, but they can do like melee attacks if you give them a weapon and stuff like that.
But what if the rest of the party is your groupies?
What if the rest of the party's your groupies? Okay. It's not just the regular minion system.
Oh, you know what? We are circling back to something we talked about because I remember now. We talked about Final Fantasy and Road Trip with the Boys being the adventure. Okay. Yeah. All right. But this is slightly different.
Yeah. What if you played a campaign? Well, so anyway, though, there's the Con Man, like Rockstar. Those are pretty good ones. I think, there's, in fact, custom backgrounds might be the like biggest place for homebrew, like the biggest place where there's the most room for freedom. One thing could be like Abomination. You're a Frankenstein's creature.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you're like a human with Aarakocra wings, and like can't actually fly, but you've got the wings of like literally an Aarakocra stapled to your back. You can operate them, but like,
I think it'd be funnier if they're like vestigial.
Oh yeah, they just like sit on your back and like drag.
They're just there, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but I tried to take them off, and that's not gonna work. I tried to loop around the thing and shut the door.
Like get Blue's tooth. I was imagining more like, yeah, I'm perfectly balanced this way, and if these weren't on my back, then
I would just fall over. Oh no.
That's interesting. Yeah. So I made a custom background for a character in the campaign. Did I talk about that? The astronomer background?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess I would know who that would be.
Yeah. Saren studies the stars, so she has an astronomer background.
Yep.
That just came about, conversation with Carly about her character. She was like, I want to be like this. And I was like, okay, there are things that would make sense.
Yep.
You'd be proficient with navigator's tools because that's how it works. So I just based some stuff off of other things from other backgrounds. Like Keen Mind says you always know where north is, and stuff like that. So I kind of changed it around a little bit, and I said like, hey, you know what? If it's a clear night, you can't be lost.
I got another background.
Yeah.
Comedian. Like
Watchmen?
Professional comedian.
Oh.
I guess it could be a jester.
Like a jester, yeah.
Yeah. That type of deal where like if your character makes jokes about people, like most people, if you made a joke about a king, they'd be like, all right, well, you're dead.
Yeah. Your head is off.
But if you're a comedian, you get advantage on on rolls, on persuasion rolls where you make a joke about the king, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, like that's what a comedian gets to do is like, if you meet these conditions, like you don't die. That's actually what you want to be doing. So it encourages risky gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Because if you look at real life comedians, historically at least, so many of them have been very troubled people generally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And because they see that and they just let you see little glimpses of how much of the dark side of humanity they've seen. And people recognize that and they're like, Oh, I know what you're getting at. But you didn't. At least you didn't go too far, right? Like, and
Dancing the line.
they think that makes them laugh almost nervously at first, and then everybody's laughing, and they're like, "Oh, okay, it's good. We're all good here."
Mhm.
Right? Like, so that kind of thing is that'd be a cool background to try to play as and act out.
Comedian is good.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. What about YouTuber?
What about? So that's what I thought Saren's background was going to be.
No,
I thought she was going to be like an Instagram model.
Yeah, like a you said an influencer.
Okay, so do you mean a different thing from YouTuber when you say, like from influencer when you say YouTuber?
Yeah, like you hand out cards and they just say like, comment, and subscribe. No, I'm. That's just a joke. But
no, I think it could be a real thing though, where like your character tries to like capture moments using magical video recording, and like they have to do that. But if they do, I don't know, something good could happen. I don't know. Like that sounds like something that's going to get real mechanical real fast, and I feel like it almost has to be like an additional rule set instead of a background. But it could also kind of like the influencer could be a background. It's kind of like Rockstar.
Yeah,
but you just look good. You don't have any skill.
You're
I mean, all right, so influencers have skills in marketing and things like that.
Influencers don't really have any skills. Did I mention that I thought that Saren was an influencer?
Well, what's her class again?
Oh, you don't remember?
No. What is she, like a warlock?
No.
What's she? A wizard?
No.
I swear she can like cast magic though, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. She can cast magic.
What was she? It was a druid?
Nope.
Fighter? But like one of the magic-y, subclasses of fighter?
No.
God, I'm just drawing a blank.
No bard. She's not a bard.
Not a bard?
No.
Monk?
No.
Barbarian? That doesn't go well.
She's a sorcerer.
All right. So anyway.
Okay. So.
And that's why we don't talk about those.
An influencer, I imagine. So influencers, the way that they operate is they get sponsors.
Right.
They're attractive.
Yes.
And so people want to be like them.
Uh-huh.
So when they say they like a product, people will buy it.
They get higher. They also, when they try to sell stuff, because you try to sell stuff in D&D, they get better prices.
Right.
So they get discounts on buying stuff and better selling prices.
But
sometimes they get stuff given to them for free.
Yeah, they get exactly. They get sent stuff.
People give you free stuff. You like when you enter a town, you can make a roll and determine how much free stuff you get, or what kind of offers you get for sponsorships.
Right. So if there's like a chain, but like a chain magic shop or something.
Yeah.
They sponsor you maybe.
Yeah.
So you can go into any chain magic shop that any of their branches, and you can get a discount.
Oh my God! I totally want to play. I really want to make a setting where, and it's not hard to do. I want to make a setting where like you are. Like you're a YouTuber or you're an influencer. Like those are options. These are real things.
Yeah. And like, I mean, it would work out perfectly fine mechanically, because if there was like a video recording device or something like that, like you just record yourself using those magic items in battle and stuff like that. And then
people would be like,
working.
Dude, that's so sick. And then they tap on their screen twice.
Yeah. Yeah. They double tap that screen. Then they tap it once to see like the name of the magic shop, like the sponsorship. Yeah. Or it's like it's like labeled on the side of the thing.
Yeah. Like you put down the McDonald's cup in the front of the screen, and then you go over and kill a monster in the background, like all blurry, like
all blurry.
And then you come over and you pick up the cup and you slurp down your McDonald's juice.
Your Mickey D juice.
Mickey D juice. No, it can't be called that.
No.
No, something about D juice. I'm not digging.
You don't like that?
No.
No?
Not for McDonald's. Like Burger King bee juice. Like that makes sense.
Hey, I'm going to bring this
But
full
bee juice
circle.
from a clown? No.
I'm going to bring this full circle. My dad had a Saint Bernard named Mick, and they called him Mickey D. He was very nice.
It has been completed. Well, we're not done. So.
Oh, no. No. We're not done yet.
Want to talk about a business thing?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I have no idea what you're talking
You
about.
want to do a stream?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
Stream sometime?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. We'll probably stream sometime, maybe.
Nice.
I don't know. What do we want to stream? I feel like streaming playing D&D. Nah.
Not yet.
What I want to make with and I'm still working on it, guys. I'm still working on it. What I want to make with the campaign that I've been running for Matt is something more heavily edited.
Yes. Which is why it's taking longer.
Yeah.
But
like I'm writing music for it and stuff. So like
okay.
It's going to be something difficult for me to do.
I want to let you finish your thought here.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to acknowledge before we forget that last video, that was an April Fool's Day joke.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to make that clear.
The one that was posted on April 1st.
Yeah.
That was an April Fool's Day joke. If you want us to play Skyrim, that's the kind of thing we might do on a stream. If we want to like all get together and do a stream or something.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I personally am not okay with doing just like a plain old Skyrim run. Even though I've never played it. You've played it, right?
No, not really. Because you said you only got through like character creation or something.
Yeah, basically.
I played like an hour and a half of it, but it wasn't for me. I didn't like it that much.
I liked it when I installed the Thomas the Tank Engine mod.
And the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, and the Macho Man Randy Savage voice.
Snap into a Slim Jim, yeah.
Yeah. So I liked that. It's cool that you can mess with the game as much as you can.
Yeah, we would do stuff like that mods. For sure.
That I'd be down with.
Yeah, I would do that.
Don't know what other kind of stream, like, because I feel like a live D&D session with us, like one-on-one us playing and stuff, is a lot more boring than you might think it is to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, a stream can be engaging for its own reasons, but I also don't watch any streams because I don't have time.
I don't watch any streams live.
Yeah.
I watch Critical Role, but after it's up on VOD because I live on the East Coast and they stream on the West Coast and they start at 7, which is a very reasonable time to start. But for me, that's 10.
Yeah.
And they're usually not done until 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's just not, I'm just not able to do that.
Right. Yeah. So stream could be cool, or like a short little video series of some other game stuff or something like that. We could do that maybe. We would not make it as bad.
Yeah, that was intentionally terrible. We did that on purpose.
It was that. In fact, we actually
it actually ended up being worse than we had meant to.
No,
I think
it was better than I meant it to be.
It was better.
It was more entertaining than I was hoping it would be.
Because Anna walked in the room.
I got all mad and started yelling far away from the mic.
Oh man,
the technical glitches and stuff.
Yeah,
none of that was intended. That was hilarious. All of that. I it froze. I can't believe the game froze.
and we couldn't get past the character creation screen.
Yeah, because I had to use the mouse. What? Why?
And the mouse was showing up on the screen.
I could use the keyboard to go up and down, but the mouse to go. Why?
Yeah, that was great.
Well, the mouse showing up on the screen is a setting that I did purposely turn on.
Oh, really? I didn't even know
that one was on purpose.
I didn't know that.
I hope you enjoyed that.
That was great.
It did mess with my brain a little bit.
I had I already told you this, but I had some friends who were they didn't realize it was an April Fool's Day thing right away.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like,
Look, avant-garde might be a way to describe this, but
so
I was thinking more like, it's bad, man. Stinky.
What were you trying to accomplish with that video? Why didn't you cut out the part where Anna walked in and asked about Chinese food? Yeah, so that was
I forgot that part was in there.
Oh man, too. It's my favorite part.
Yeah,
it's my favorite part.
My favorite part's the yelling at the end. and when it cuts off with me saying we're definitely not keeping this, and you're being like, are you kidding me?
We're definitely. Are you kidding me?
That said, I would absolutely be down to make more crappy videos like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That would be hilarious, and maybe we're starting a second channel where we just make the worst.
Oh, just terrible
I'm
content.
ready for it.
Terrible content.
God, even the C word. Oh, I can't even stand it.
Content.
Hey guys, welcome to iCast content. But I don't want our brand to be iCast whatever.
Why not? I think it's great.
It's too strong for me.
It's too strong.
Too strong. It's too big.
It's too big.
I don't know if I can handle it. I'm a little boy.
You're talking about like a branding.
But also we can't like so we can't trademark or copyright iCast Vicious Mockery.
Well, you're right. We can't do that.
We could get ICVM.
Yes, we could get ICVM.
But like we also can't trademark or copyright iCast. And I feel like it's just not a good decision for like our expansion to be.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not that we are considering expanding or anything like that.
If you're going to consider the future at all, then yes, you're correct.
But then again, I guess with the second channel, that's just meant to be terrible stuff. Like just the worst videos.
Yeah, well,
do we need to consider the future?
Yeah, well, maybe if we so choose to, that's what this channel will become, and we'll name this show something else that is like.
Hey guys, put your best show names down in the chat.
Yeah, I want to see a list of what this show should be called instead of iCast Vicious Mockery.
We're not doubting the name; it's pretty good.
No, the current name is good. It's just not. We're not. It's. We can't, like you said, we can't copyright it really.
But if somebody else comes up with it, then I don't know if we can copyright it anyway. I don't know how that works.
What do you mean?
Like, because I know there are issues with music and stuff. If somebody critiques a song that you're writing before it's done, they get like editor credit, and they're like due part of the royalties. You know, things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, technically, it's not always followed. Some people just do it for free, but like they can come back and be like, "Hey, I'm actually requiring this now."
I've never dipped my toes into any of that kind of stuff, so I'm not familiar with that. But I see what you're saying. So what you're saying is, even if we could copyright this, it's probably already too late.
Oh, no, not at all. No, we're good there.
Oh, okay.
No, if somebody else comes up with a name for us, then I don't know if we can.
Oh,
I don't know if we can do that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
especially if they do it in a YouTube comment.
All of our friends are just sharks and will absolutely come after us for all we're worth.
At least one of those people plays a sorcerer. And then the rest of them all associate with that person. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you don't.
Hey, I'm sorry. I love you, just to be clear. I want to be 100% clear here. The whole sorcerer thing, you got to kick that habit, bro. But other than that,
I don't even know if you know how, but she brings it up to me a lot.
Yeah.
She's like, dude, what's with Austin and this sorcerer stuff? It's really getting to me.
Oh, I'm sorry if it gets to you. No,
not really, but maybe a little bit. I don't know. Anyway.
Her character is being pretty suspicious of Liam right now, and I don't know why. I don't know what's up.
I'm actually not sure what you mean.
Yeah, well, you'll have to find out
next time on.
There's some subplot going on right now in the campaign. Subplot, man.
Yeah, well, there's lots of subplot. We haven't gotten to a lot of it though, because this particular branch of the journey is still, to this day, not really about anybody in particular.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that stuff can always be thrown in.
Oh yeah,
sprinkled
sure.
Here and there.
Sure.
Like somebody could just bust through the wall and be like,
I'm your brother's
Marty.
uncle's.
This branch is about you again.
Not Marty again. Forrest told me, he was like, after all that stuff, he was like, you know what? That was an emotional roller coaster. It's like, I don't know. I forget if he said he was glad he went first or if he wished he hadn't gone first. I can't remember, but either way, he made a comment about how much more engaged in the game he is now, after all of that stuff that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice. I'd like to give everybody their fair share of that. Whenever I can, but it has to. I can't do it all at once,
Right.
I could do more of it now, for sure. But
yeah, I'm just saying, just have somebody bust through the pyramid wall, and be like
the Kool-aid man.
Yeah, just have someone Kool-aid man in.
Mm-hmm. Kool-aid man busts in, is like, Callie, I'm one of your experiments gone wrong.
Callie, I just am the Kool-Aid man. I exist in this fictional world.
You created me with your chemical.
Why did you create me? What is my purpose?
What is my purpose?
And then they just bust through more walls. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I gotta find a Kool-Aid man homebrew somewhere that exists for sure. I mean, it exists. I know it does.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it absolutely does. Both as like a creature you can fight,
mm-hmm.
and like a class you can play,
like a race,
like a race. Oh my god, that'd be a great
the
race.
Kool-Aid man.
Anytime one of your teammates is thirsty, you could just like scoop from your head, and if they're fine with that, if they're not vegan or anything.
Oh right, was gelatin in or something?
No, it's just Kool-Aid.
Oh okay. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but it came from a living creature.
Oh so. Well, yeah, that's true.
I think technically, if you're a vegan, you would have to be against that, because otherwise they'd start Kool-Aid man farms. There'd be a bunch of enslaved Kool-Aid mans.
Can vegans drink Kool-Aid?
Is that the plural of Kool-Aid man?
Kool-Aid mans.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it's also the gender neutral
Kool-Aid
term for it. Like
Kool-Aid
man could be a male or female Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, sure.
And like the male ones are called colts. And like,
colts.
Yeah.
And the females are called hens.
Yeah. It follows horse or chicken terminology.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it makes sense taxonomically speaking.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Kool-Aid mans are basically the evolutionary link between horses and chickens.
And chickens, yeah. Uh-huh. If you trace it back.
Like, I don't know if anyone has realized this in archaeology yet, or in paleontology or whatever, but like if you do trace it back, and you look. That's a real word. That's not a. I didn't make that one up.
I know you didn't make up the word paleontology.
Why are you making fun of me now?
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just in awe of your genius.
Oh, my genius is showing?
Yes, your genius is showing.
I wish I could make a really loud zipper sound right now with my pants, but they are actually zipped up.
Too bad.
This is like the first episode I remember to zip them, and like...
Oh, I can attest to that.
All right, yeah. Feed me some of that homebrew.
Yes. How did you know that's what I was doing?
Because I could tell how over this you were.
I just feel like it's time to move on. Oh, this is a cool one. This is a cool one. We've got user Briggs 1114. So this is a spell.
I knew him in RuneScape back in the day.
Oh, really?
I miss you, buddy.
Briggs 1114?
No, that was made up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did we just discover some...
close, actually. That's close to some usernames I've seen, but no.
Oh, Briggs 1113.
1117 was the actual ending number on somebody. I don't remember. It was something with a B and then it ended with 1117.
Okay. So almost.
Yep.
But Briggs 114, if you want to play RuneScape with Austin, I'm sure he'd be down.
Not right now.
No, he doesn't have time.
No.
This is a 3rd level enchantment spell. This is fascinating to me. It's called Rage, and it's exactly what you would think it is. You can make somebody rage. Like a barbarian rage.
Does it stack on a barbarian's rage?
No, it doesn't stack. But it's interesting because of the rules behind raging.
Yes.
So, because it's cool because this is simultaneously a buff and a debuff.
Right.
Depending on who you cast it on. So you can imbue up to 3 living creatures within range. Oh, I didn't realize it was more than 1. That's actually a lot.
Yeah. 3rd level spell?
Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess, yeah. Like most things, like haste or whatever at 3rd level, I think.
You can do it on 3
more than
people.
one creature.
Yeah. Yeah, but this isn't like a 1st level spell that you cast at 3rd level to do additional creatures.
True.
Yeah, this is just a 3rd level spell.
So which one is supposed to be better? A 1st level spell that you cast up or like a spell at level 3?
I think that they're supposed to be
equal.
Equivalent, yeah.
Okay.
Generally. So it gives you the benefits of Rage. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. You gain a +2 bonus to melee damage rolls using strength. And you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. But if they're wearing heavy armor, they don't gain any of the benefits above. So if they're wearing heavy armor, they don't get any of that stuff. And if the target normally can cast spells, they can't while raging. That's the big drawback.
Yeah, so you'd have to waste a turn and not attack to get out of the rage.
Well, this is a saving throw, I'm pretty sure.
Well, after the rage is already... Oh, I see. Like each turn you do a saving throw to see if you drop out of it instead of like the whole rule about like if you don't hit something.
Let's read it more to see. They also add one extra thing. When the spell ends, each affected creature gains a level of exhaustion.
Okay, that
it's like haste.
That's like haste, yeah.
Yeah. Alternatively, the spell can be cast on an unwilling creature. They make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, they gain all the benefits and the hindrances above. At the end of each of its turns, it can make a wisdom saving throw to end the spell.
Okay, so they can end it if they want to by doing a saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
But we still don't know for sure if it ends. I guess it doesn't end.
No. No, yeah. So the extra benefit to having the spell cast on, so that it is concentration. So whoever cast it does have to focus on it.
Yeah.
And it lasts for a minute, which rage normally does.
Mhm.
So it takes that hindrance away, where like if you don't hit something or get hit, then it drops automatically. It takes that away, but it adds the extra hindrance of at the end of the spell you gain a level of exhaustion,
Yeah.
no matter what.
That'd be a pretty, like, I guess I don't even know how, like, what you do with exhaustion. I guess you just roll exhaustion, like you just do it like normal on a bad guy. But like, I mean, you're fighting a beholder.
Oh,
And you make that guy rage. Like, what's he gonna do?
yeah, exactly.
This is pretty screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, obviously it could just succeed on the saving throw and whatever to
Mm-hmm.
begin with, but it's only a 3rd level spell. You get a few tries, and that'll put that guy right out of commission.
Right. Well, exactly. And 3 creature. Well, okay. So the way it works is you can cast on 3 willing creatures or 1 unwilling creature. Is the way it's worded. So that does make a difference. That makes it a little bit less of like a super strong thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool because it acts as both a buff and a debuff.
Mhm.
Because if you cast it on a spell casting creature, now suddenly they can't really do anything.
Exactly.
If they fail their saving throw.
Yeah.
Like cast that on a wizard and like suddenly they're
The most
out.
useless thing
Yeah.
you could have. I mean, yeah, they're gonna get advantage on like their defensive stuff now, right?
I mean, not really.
Or no? What was it?
They get a +2.
Oh, they get a resistance on.
They get a resistance on bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing
Yeah,
damage.
but you could still shock them with lightning or whatever.
But they're so squishy. Like, who even cares? Like that's
Yeah.
not going to do much to save them.
Yeah. God, it would also be like that spell would be a terrifying one to have cast on you, like as a spellcaster.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh no! Like first of all, you'd feel your spellcasting leaving you,
Mm-hmm.
and then I might have to sneeze, and then third of all,
Mm-hmm.
you, yeah, that was my second point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So first, you can feel your spells leaving you. Second, you sneeze. Third,
There were 2 sneezes.
yeah.
That's important
Okay.
to note.
Got it.
It's all part of my argument.
Mm-hmm.
But like then like this power starts like oozing out of you, and you're like, oh God, like what's going? And then you could you could role play it as different ways because different barbarians, their rage manifests differently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. 3
No.
entire sneezes.
Yeah.
Question mark profit.
Yep. Basically.
All right, cool. That's great.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I like that.
Mhm. Imagine if like
Saren
Saren or Liam have rage cast on them. Like,
Yeah, that would be really useful for Liam.
yeah.
Yep. He could because he could make frag grenades that do piercing damage, and he could just go in, open one up, and then boom,
Oh, just like take the blast
just
at
take it.
half damage.
Yeah.
And if you make your saving throw,
Actually, it would probably do fire and piercing damage, but I'll get resistance to fire somehow.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's eventually gonna. Well, I don't want to give away yet. All right, we'll talk about it.
No
another time.
spoilers here.
No spoilers here. He's already made a grenade, so like we know that that's a thing.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
he hasn't made a frag grenade, just a smoke grenade. But it's actually the exact same mechanism for the way he designed it. You can set it to do different things, just different materials to fill it.
Oh, that's right. You used it to attract the gnolls out of the thing.
That kind of worked.
Yeah, well,
Well, I guess they all came out.
yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
I forgot why though. Did you put meat in it or something? What was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grease.
Grease.
Yeah, it burned a bunch of grease and it made a strong cooking smell.
Delicious.
Yeah. Well, strong like burnt cooking smell, but I feel like dogs would totally go for that. They'd be like, heck yeah, that smells like some fat.
Fat. Gnolls are more like hyenas. Well, they are hyenas.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Any smell, basically.
Yeah, pretty much any smell. I mean, hyenas eat anything, I think.
Yeah. Like, who's going to stop them?
You know what? That's a great question.
What, you think a lion's going to stop them? Nope. They bite right through that thing's leg. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing somewhere that a hyena's jaw is stronger than a lion's.
That
expressly
could be
for
true.
The purpose of well, I mean, it's not for the but they use them to like break bones on carcasses and stuff.
They get to the marrow, maybe.
Yeah, that, but also just to tear it apart better. Like they get that meat that nobody else can get to. All that stuff in between the ribs.
Yeah, because they're also scavengers.
Yeah.
Like they hunt, but they also scavenge.
Right.
So like they'll eat the rest of whatever the lions don't.
Yep. Yep. And when they roll up, the lions are like, "Oh, I guess we're done."
Yeah.
And the hyenas are like, "Yeah, you kind of are."
It's really not.
Excuse us, but
please, we must partake.
That sweet little whatever animal it was, that's ours now.
Yeah, it's not really like in Lion King.
No,
it's not like Lion King.
No,
really.
Lion King is just a bad movie because of that.
Yeah, it's terrible, awful, like
terrible movie.
What kind of lion? I mean, Jeremy Irons isn't a lion. That's all I'm gonna say. That's his name, right?
Jeremy Irons sounds like
Was that
sounds like one of the voice actors in that movie? I don't know who he plays.
Scar, I think.
Scar,
right? Is that his name? Now I'm gonna feel like a dummy if that's not his name. Anyway,
we apologize to all Jeremy Irons out there.
The Irons part is definitely the name, but I don't know if the first name is actually Jeremy. Anyway, I did the same thing. We were talking about Kenny Loggins at work. And I was like, isn't he the guy that did Danger Zone? But I wasn't totally sure. He is.
Yeah.
Well, now I am sure. But I was like, but nobody knew for sure. They were like, I don't know. That doesn't sound like something he did. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure Kenny Loggins did Danger Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He did all the 80s songs.
Yeah, he did them all of them.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I don't know. He's got like a dual music career where he also does jazz saxophone and like.
Yeah, well, that's why I was confused because they were talking about Kenny Loggins and they were like naming all these songs and I was like, but didn't he do Danger Zone? Because none of them sounded like Danger Zone-esque.
Yeah.
You know, none of them were like that style.
Yeah. He worked on soundtracks for a bunch of movies, I think.
Yeah, so that one was Top Gun. He also apparently did the one song at the end, I think, of the golf movie. What's that movie called?
Caddyshack?
Yes, Caddyshack, right?
I don't know.
I think that was him. I think that was Kenny Loggins.
Yeah, he did Footloose.
Footloose. Yes. Well. No, that wasn't. Caddyshack. That was a separate conversation.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that wasn't.
I was like, I don't think Caddyshack is the kind of.
No.
He might have done something for a golf movie. I don't know.
I don't know, but yes, he did Footloose. Yes, that is the other Kenny Loggins thing, which is why that's what they were talking about, and I was like, wait, Footloose in Danger Zone?
Footloose guy and Danger Zone guy
are the same.
Our guy?
That's Guy?
That guy?
That guy? Yeah. I really just didn't know that. He did both of them.
Learn something new every day.
I guess so. Oh, boy.
Farewell, our students.
Yes. Hopefully we learned you a thing.
I hope not. Not from this.
No. No, I hope they didn't learn anything.